Welcome back everyone to our channel. It is Ryan and Steve coming at you with a different type of video today. Today we're going to be talking about things that we wish we knew when we were getting into the sports card hobby again, and things that we would like to talk to you about, little tips and tricks of information that we would like to spread to y'all about getting into the hobby, and hopefully we can help out some people out there who are looking to get back into the hobby.
Or discovering it for the first time.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and let's talk about where you can find some cards. Now, there's a couple places you can find some cards. One of them is going to be your local comic book store. Sorry, local card store. There's the local comic book nerd in me coming out. I'm used to going to comic book stores and not all the card stores. So you want to go to your local card store. They're going to have a lot of good stuff. You're going to find some retail, but mostly hobby boxes, singles, and all that fun stuff. Now, if you want to get into the card collecting biz on the cheaper end, you're going to want to go to the Targets. You're going to want to go to the Walmarts, even Barnes & Noble, Walgreens tends to have cards. You can find them there. Target right now, I think, is the only one doing exclusively online. You can find some cards, some soccer cards, some like UFC cards, and other, not any of the big three sports over at Target.
Yep.
Or you got to find them online. I don't know how I said that.
Yep. And it's getting into the hobby. It could be easier. It's definitely easier doing it from a retail standpoint. You just have to figure out when your stores, either Walmart, Target, gets their shipment in, which may take some time to figure out exactly when they do. For me, it took about like a week of going to the stores about every day and figuring out, oh, did a shipment come in today or did it not? And just checking at where the cards were being placed and like when they were actually coming in. So it takes a little bit of time. Definitely, we started off going to a sports card shop and realized that like, oh, this isn't the most like
no, this is not the most cost effective way to get into the hobby. You could easily drop hundreds or thousands of dollars in one of those local card stores. Yep. But they have some great cards, and there's been some fire pulls coming. I mean, we've pulled some fire cards out of some boxes from local card stores, but definitely Walmarts and Targets, finding them online is going to be the most cost effective. A little bit of a pain in the booty to find them at first, like you were saying, to get to figure it out because Target drops their stuff just randomly online. So it could be a Monday morning or it could be a Friday morning, who knows, or anywhere in between.
Yep. But going to the card shop definitely helps if you're looking for the exclusive types of products that only sports card shops or the Panini or Topps online they sell, which are like hobby exclusive stuff. So hobby products are like the main big exclusive things that either you can buy them straight from the manufacturers, or you can buy them from card shops, and those are kind of like the most big bang for your buck. Like you're guaranteed a lot of good pulls, autos, at least like 2 autos usually, and then and like exclusive number parallels and stuff. Like you get a lot of good things from the hobby boxes. The things are they're a lot more expensive.
But you get a lot of more unique cards. That's pretty much what you're trying to say. A lot more unique cards than you do from the retail. Now, the retail side of it, they're usually going to see, as you can see on screen, you're going to find a box like this, which is considered a blaster box, or you can see in the background a little bit. Let me move some of these other cards out of the way. Like we have mega boxes back here, and those have some exclusive cards to them too. Panini and other card companies, as I'm totally messing that up. Panini and other card companies are really good about putting exclusives in the retails too. Like, for example, the red ice prisms, or Walmart, I think, had pink ice prisms for their Prism Mega boxes. So you can find some exclusivity out of the retail market too. And these boxes that you saw in our background are only like $50. Football's mega boxes tend to be like $40. The blaster boxes, which is the smaller ones but not as many cards, tend to run around what, $25. Yeah. And then you can even get like fat packs or just individual packs, which are usually, or hanger boxes, which are going to run less than $20. So
they're about $10. And then if you you can find them at sports card shops, but they're going to be they'll be the same types of products, but they'll sell them for
they tend to sell them secondary market. So for example, The Prism mega boxes that y'all just saw in the background, those are running about $160 at local card stores. So it's not the greatest idea to get the retail out of those local card shops. Your best buy might be online, hitting eBay. Still secondary market, so you might pay 120, 130. I think is what they're going for right about now as of recording. So if you can get them from Target or Walmart, that's the ideal place to save you some money. And you're gonna pull some cool cards. You can get some cool parallels, not always numbered, but it's usually out of retail. You're gonna get base sets, silvers, and some non-numbered parallels.
Yep. Yep. Usually they have about the same types of cards within the
Between
the
hobby and retail.
Yep. Yeah. But you just are guaranteed the cards from the hobby boxes just exclusively. But we'll go into the more what types of cards you'll see within all these boxes and kind of which ones are more valuable and which ones are kind of like the less desirable, but they still look cool,
like the base sets. Or we can get into that now. The types of cards. So as you can see on screen, we have several cards sitting on our stands. First one we're going to talk to you about are the base set. So what you're seeing here is a Precious Achua base rookie card. This is just a typical run of the mill. I think the set in this is like 300 cards. I want to say the base set's about 300 cards. So a lot of base cards are going to look at this. Here's another one, Caleb Martin. We actually pulled most of these cards in our last video. So if you haven't checked that out, tag in the top and go ahead and check that out, and probably link it in the description so you can check out that video. We pulled some really cool cards and a majority of what you're going to see here. So here's another base Caleb Martin card. So these are just the typical cards, most common cards. So out of the 60 cards that are in Mega Box, probably a good 35 of them, somewhere around half are just going to be a base, but whether it's a rookie or a veteran player. Now the next set of cards or type of cards we're going to talk about, it's going to look similar to the base, but it's a silver card. As you can see on screen, we have a John Wall, and you can see kind of a rainbow tint or reflection coming off of it, and that's got a clear sign that it's a silver. Also, if you could see, a lot of times Panini is good about putting Prism up top, so you know that these are silver. Here's another one, a Zeke Naji base silver. Have this sleeved up, going to protect them. These cards tend to be a little more valuable than the base cards, and depending on the player, could be some of the most valuable cards you pull out of this set. So that's just the silver.
And as you can tell, if you're curious if you couldn't figure out if it was a silver or not by just looking at it on the back.
Yeah, over here on the John Wall, you can see Prism. And then on the Caleb Martin, it's not a silver because there's no prism up here. Now, it might vary on location of where they put the prism, but somewhere on the back of the card, they typically put prism if it is a silver card.
Yep.
So coming off the next type of card you want to be on the lookout for, and some of my favorite cards to pull are the parallel cards. So this is the exclusive red cracked ice from the Target. This is a Precious Achua. Again, we pulled this in our last video. So you'll see something like this, or this is a Trae Young a green border parallel card. Really cool card. This actually came out of a blaster box that we did not record. And then this is a purple wave parallel card, Devontae Graham, that we also pulled out of a blaster box. Now, some of these, if you're getting hobby, will be numbered. There'll be different colors. There might be a red, white, and blue. And somewhere on the back, it'll say 1 out of 50, 1 out of 100, 200, however many. And if it's numbered like that and stamped, then there's only going to be, say, for this example, Devontae Graham might only have 100 purple wave cards. It's not the case in here, but that's just a hypothetical example.
Yep.
These are some of my favorite cards to pull, and if you can find them, like in the jersey match with this Precious, where the red matches the team color, those are some really cool cards to pull, and they're really valuable if you're going to get into the flipping and reselling some of the cards you're opening.
Yep. And the good thing is on the boxes of all the on the boxes, it'll tell you the odds from like all the cards and what the different variants or the different parallels you can pull from the box. So those will tell you what numbers or what color variants there are, and what are the kind of the odds and what are they out of, like the numbers, like they're out of like 199, 99, and all that stuff. And so
read the box, read the packs. You'll see odds. You'll see the different types of cards you could pull in here, swatches, which we can get into in a minute, and just a bunch of different inserts. Which, speaking of inserts, I got a couple here for you to take a look at just out of this 2020 Prism box. We have a LeBron Dominance Prism. This is the Dominance insert, and a Luca. You could also get like a Sophomore Stars insert, like you see here with Darius Garland, or another popular one, which I tend to like these a little more than the base. I know these do not sell for as much, but you could also pull emergent rookie cards, like this one here with Patrick Williams, or even an instant impact like you see with Seek Naji. So these inserts can also come in silvers too. And again, a good way to tell is if they have Prism on the back. I actually have some somewhere over the rainbow. Ryan will find them. Did not prepare.
There.
I moved them. But anyways, I'll find the silver inserts. Now sometimes depending on the player, depending on the type of insert, they're not always, if you're into the investing or flipping individual card markets, these cards are not always worth as much as like a base rookie. But they can be. So it's always be sure to do your research, figure out what, if you're into that. If you're just collecting cards to collect cards, then you don't have to worry about it. You just go ahead and find your favorite player or team and just start collecting some of their cards. But another popular card you'll see a lot, as I'm trying to hide one of the cards behind it, this Clint Capella, you'll see patch cards like this. And for example, the blaster box for Prism, like I mentioned, it comes guaranteed with either one memorabilia, which we see here as the patch card, or an autograph, which is more rare. They're harder to pull out of those blaster boxes. So you'll get cards like this, and then here's an autograph. This is not from the Prism set. This is actually from
Clearly Donruss.
Yes, thank you. So we pulled this out of Clearly Donruss. They tend to be why people buy hobby boxes. This came out of a hobby box instead of a retail box. So these tend to be pretty valuable cards. And then there's one type of card that we don't have here, and it is a rookie patch auto. It is essentially if you had this Clint Capella, and if he was a rookie, which he's not in this card, and then it was autographed, that's going to be your RPA. I'll put one on the screen right now for you so you can check that out. I hid them off camera. That's why Ryan couldn't find them. So like here, you can see we pulled a LaMelo Ball. You can see the rainbow tint to it. So that's a nice silver, what we call silver. Some people call Prism. I think other people might call it hollows. Yep. But another insert that is silver. So inserts can be silver. Usually the parallels are silver, and autos, they not always. You can pull a base auto you can pull an insert auto. There's a ton of different things. Just go ahead and we can't pack it all into this video, but continue to do your research, and you can figure out what type of cards you have.
So if I had to give a list on cards you want to look for in order of most valuableness, I would have to say definitely autographs, RPAs in general.
Especially of rookies. Rookies are kings, or if you can get superstars like LeBron, KD, and other superstars, those will sell pretty well if you're into that.
Yep. RPAs, low number parallel cards, and then silver base cards go for quite a bit because they're shiny. People love shiny stuff, and then base,
and they're more rare.
Yep. Base card, and then the insert cards that's how I'd rank them in order.
Yeah, that's a good ranking in the majority of the time. Now, like, that's not an end all be all. Sometimes inserts might be more than the base, sometimes not. So it's a decent little guide to get you started. Now we can talk about licensing and what kind of cards and what brands you want to buy. Now there's there used to be a ton of brands back in the 90s. A lot of them have either gone under or consolidated. For example, Topps has the exclusive rights to MLB cards, which means that they are allowed to print and use the team names and team logos on their cards. And that's the case with Bowman. Topps actually owns Bowman, so you could see them there too. And then for basketball and football, it's going to be Panini, and then for hockey, it's Upper Deck, and then for non-sports cards, it can vary. I know.
And I think Topps is also soccer.
Oh yeah, soccer. But that doesn't mean that Panini doesn't produce baseball cards. So Panini does have like Select Baseball. They have Prism Baseball. They're not allowed to have the logos on there. So it'll just say the team, city, or state, and then it'll have the player's name on them. Usually those cards are not as valuable, but there are some rare hits, and you can get autographs out of them that will have some value to them.
Yep. It just it's just mainly people want whatever the logo is of the team, and they actually want to see the team and the just it just looks nicer in general, I guess I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
would rather have a Precious Achua card that says, has the Miami Heat logo and tells you he's with the Miami Heat than a Precious Achua, because Miami would have to be photoshopped out of there. It would just say Miami down below, and
Hmm.
I mean, it's still a nice card, or it could be cool cards. They're just not as cool as or nice as having the team logos on them.
Yep. Um, and then continuing on, I think ending it is kind of like
Yeah,
how you want to. Whenever you buy, once you start buying, getting into the hobby, make sure to take care of your cards. Kind of make sure you buy a bunch of sleeves. Penny sleeves, um, are great. Buy them online at Amazon. Sometimes they're hard to find at Walmart or Target. You can also buy them at card shops and stuff. Um, when you start pulling, you're gonna want to start sleeving up cards like you personally think are valuable. Not doesn't necessarily have to be what everyone thinks is valuable. Just so
yeah.
it's just like a personal preference. If you think a card, if you like a card, and if you want to keep it, then sleeve it up, keep it nice,
Mhm.
get a couple boxes to put them in, keep them organized, so that way if you end up selling them, the cards still look nice whenever you want to sell them. They're giving incentive to people. Also get some top loaders.
You can
Um,
also get I'm away from the camera mic, but you could also get one touches. Some of the one touches you could put cards in a sleeve, and then it's just a magnetic case for more protection.
yep.
Those are nice. I like one touches. Yeah, you're really going to want to do that because like this Precious Achua, he could go off. I won't say he'll be the next LeBron James, but
Yep.
he could be a superstar, and this card could be worth a couple $100, $1,000.
Yeah.
I know we didn't talk about grading. We can get into that more in another video, but you can grade cards, and that'll exponentially increase the value of them too.
Yep.
I think what's the most valuable? Michael Jordan's Fleer 86 cards.
Yep.
Those go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you're gonna want to protect your cards. And
Because later down the line, eventually you could pull all these cards back out, and if they're still nice,
mhm.
10 years, 20 years down the road, they could be worth quite a pretty penny, and then you'll be happy that you kept them all nice and neat.
Yeah, for example, a Fernando Tatis Chrome, first Bowman Chrome card, just the standard base Chrome card that sells a PSA 10 sells for right around $1,000 or $1,200, and he's only been in the league a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that card came out in like 2016. So 5 years later, you could get an exponential return on your investment. If, like I said, if you're into that, I keep hammering keep hammering that, but it's true.
Yep.
It's true.
So keep your cards safe, or keep them someplace that you know where they are. Keep them nice and neat. At the end of the day, I guess it's all up to collect what sports you love and what you're going to be interested in, because then the hobby will be really easy for you to keep track of who's good and what's the player that's going to be the next big thing and stuff. And also collect the players you love. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to collect only the person's rookie card, because that's the one that's going to be the most valuable. Whatever card you see that looks the most coolest, the nicest.
Not nice. The most coolest. But yeah, whatever you like. Like, for example, I like collecting Ken Griffey Jr. cards. I'm really big on trying to find his rookies. Not even his rookies. I pulled a card out of there off camera. I pulled some of his cards. It's not worth anything if you were to flip it, but for me, it's he was my favorite player growing up. So I like collecting Ken Griffey Jr. or like Dirk Nowitzki cards because he was my favorite basketball player growing up. So who do you like? Who's your favorite to collect?
My favorite to collect, it's been either AI or Vince Carter, because those just collecting those old cards have been nice and fun. Just for me, because I just I just think they're
the bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be different for everyone, so just do what you love. If you're not having fun collecting, you might not be doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might be too worried about the money side of it, or you might be too worried about other things. You got to have fun with this. That's the number one takeaway from this video. You got to have fun. You got to have fun. Find people who enjoy ripping. Either rip, buy singles, buy whatever you feel like doing, wherever you want to put your money. Go ahead and do it. Because that's what we're doing. That's all we're doing is having fun with it.
Especially just have fun.
Yeah.
do your own thing.
Yeah.
If you want to make a video, make a video.
Yeah, let us know in the comments too who's
Yeah.
your favorite player and what got you into this hobby, because we want to know. Like I said, I like Ken Griffey Jr. He likes Vince Carter, so we go after their cards. Let us know who you like, who you go after. What brought you into this hobby to click on our video and be like, yeah, I need to learn some things before going out and buying cards, or maybe you already started buying cards. So go ahead and leave us a comment and leave us a like. Give us a subscribe. There's going to be more videos. We're going to talk about graded cards in the future. Give you the rundown of how to submit and the different companies, pros, cons. We got a lot of good informational content coming your way. Hopefully it's good. It's informational. If the video's good, it's good.
Yeah.
But we'll find out. But go ahead and leave a like and subscribe.
Yep.
Any last words?
Nope. Well, like Steve said, we got plenty of informational videos coming out still. And we got some more fun pack openings and challenges videos coming out soon. So just keep the lookout. Like I said, hit that subscribe button so you know when those come out.
And the notification bell. I forgot that was the thing.
Yeah.
I forgot that was the thing, but whatever.
That too. But that's about it.
All right. Well, that'll do it. I guess we'll see you next time. The next time we break or give you an educational tutorial.
Yep. You have a good one.
Catch you later.